everyone, I'm here today with my June TBR. I can't believe that the year is going by so fast. It's sort of a TBR because most of the books I'll be just showing you and I'm not even sure if I'll be reading them. But the first two books I'm definitely going to read them in June. The first one is the one that I'm currently reading, it's Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. The other one is Desperation by Stephen King. I'm going to read it together with Unicorn from The Bookish Land. She is amazing, and if you haven't checked her channel out, I will leave the link to her channel down below. We decided to read Stephen King's book because neither of us have read any of his works, so we decided to try it. And so I went to the library, to my local library, to find some books by him, but my local library didn't have any of those famous books that he's written. So I just had to pick up one of those which I've never even heard of, and I would be messaging her on Twitter at the same time, and we were choosing the book. I would tell her the name of the book that they had in the library, and she would tell me if she is interested in it or not. So as the result, we chose this book. It sounds really creepy though. We aren't both, I think, we both think that we would be scared of reading this book, but we're still going to try it anyway. But it sounds really, really cool at the same time. Welcome to Desperation, a place beyond your wildest imaginings, where the unbelievable can become reality. So it's basically about this small town which suddenly becomes eerily empty, and there are some people who are trying to find out what happened. They see it is a very abandoned town now, except for a few animals like snake. The secrets embedded in Desperation's landscape are as awesome as the forces summoned to encounter them. When they are unleashed, a terrifying transformation takes place, and the wayfarers will begin to discover the true meaning of the word desperation. So it is supposed to be very scary and creepy. It's also a big book, but we're reading a chapter per day, so we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping that we will both love the book, but I also think that we would be both scared of reading it, but we'll see. The rest of the books that I'm showing you are probably like the books that I might read in June, or I might not read them in June. I might just read something else. If you saw my book haul, you know that I have quite a lot of books to read, and also I had some other books that I have collected for the past 6 months, so I need to read them too, so I'm just gonna choose from them. The first two that I think I'm most likely going into them, that's Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters by Rick Riordan, and that's the second book from the series. And another book that I might be reading as well is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. I am very late for it, I know, but I haven't ever read the series, so I'm really curious about it, and I recently got a huge box set for £15, and yeah, I'm very excited about reading it. So these two are a very much likely possibility. The other book that's been on my TBR for the longest time, and that is The Miniaturist by J.C. Burton, another one that I'm really, really excited about. I think I've explained the plot so many times, so I'm not going to go into it at the moment. The last two books are again the books that I showed in my book haul recently. That's The Trouble with Goats and Sheep and The Essex Serpent by Sarah Perry. This one is the one that I'm very, very excited about. Losing my voice. And yeah, I am really excited about this book. Another one is actually the book that I just bought today, because guess what I do? Whenever I upload my book haul, the next day I go to a bookshop and buy another book. I don't know why I do that, it just happens. But again, I bought this book in Sainsbury's, as usual, for £2.99, and it is Lost for Words by Stephanie Butland. I've never heard of this book before, but the thing that caught my eye was the cover. It is just gorgeous, and also the spine. Look at this gorgeous spine. This sounds very interesting as well, and I really, really want to read it. So this book is about this girl who works in a bookshop, and she prefers reading books than talking to real people. But then in a bookshop where she works come a poet, a lover, a friend, and 3 mysterious deliveries, each of which stirs unsettling memories. Now everything is about to change for the main character, because someone knows about her past and she can't hide it anymore. She doesn't know who she can trust. Can she find the courage to right a heartbreaking wrong? And will she ever find the words to tell her own story? I'm hoping that it is not a cheesy book, but this sounds really, really cool to me, and I definitely am intrigued in it. And also it said like in those small things, like there's crime, history, first thing that goes is poetry, so that's quite interesting. The rest of the books are the books that I am possibly can go into June, but I don't know if that's possible. So this book is a historical guide about Great Britain. I bought this book when I was in Russia, and I wanted to save it until I moved to the when I moved to the UK, and I decided that I would read it there, but I haven't read it yet. But I'm really interested in it. It has some nice pictures in there, and I am interested in history, although I don't really study it or don't learn it or do anything, but I like history anyway, so that'd be quite interesting to read it. The Uncommoners, The Crooked Sixpence by Jennifer Bell, another middle grade story, the one that I'm really interested in, but I don't know if I'll get to it in June or not, we'll see. And the other three are my blind date with the book, which I bought back in winter. So these three are The Morning Gift by Eva Ibbotson, or I don't know how you say her name, Playing with Fire by Tess Gerritsen, and this book, The Prestige by Christopher Priest. So yeah, those are all of the books that I might read in June. Well, not all of them, I'm not going to read all of them, but those are the books that I can choose from. And also I still might read Anne of Green Gables by Ellen Montgomery, because I wanted to read it in May, but I didn't get around to doing it in May, so I'm hoping to do that in June. Please let me know if one of the books that I showed you really like them, and which one I should start first. Thank you for watching. Bye!